You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Managing your money. You know what? And this is a very important thing. If you're on that business path, that hustler's path and everything, right? Managing your money. Because if you're working a regular 9-to-5 job or, with overtime, 9-to-9 job or whatever, right? You're going to get a certain amount of money. So it's easy to budget, right? And you should be managing your money there anyway, and that being frivolous. That's how a lot of people really living paycheck to paycheck. They're not putting away their savings or anything. But if you're independent, that's the most important thing. I remember a conversation I had with this sister a while ago, right? Now she was an attorney / real estate agent, right? And her big thing was, she good every month. She can make her mortgage. Right, she's good. That's the first thing, but that's a smart move because you got to think in terms. First, here's the thing: if you're in business for yourself, you don't have any steady money makers. When I say steady money makers, you don't know. You might make 10,000 one month and 1,000 the next. Because with everything I do, I can't count what happens. I mean, with my different websites, subscription sites and everything, anyone can take a dip. Anyone can take a dip. Like book sales, there's been I say a couple months ago was the highest book sales I had in a year in terms of hard copies and especially ebooks. Oh yeah, great money and stuff. The next month it was like half, literally. And that's actually normal. Or, there was one month I had a very high, I think I brought in a lot of money, but then there was a $2,000 drop off the next month. I mean, it was still enough. Everything was covered and I still, able to live on I'd say 30% of what I make. I can effectively live on it, but still though, you never know. You never know. I remember years ago when I was getting a certain amount of money every month for books, and I'm not sure what happened. All of a sudden, it came. It was like a full, the faucet was on full, the water was coming up. All of a sudden, it came down to a drip. I'm still not exactly sure what happened, but it was dramatic. It was very dramatic, but it can happen like that. So it's very important that you manage your money, with a savings and everything. The first person I pay is myself. I just transferred money into one of my online savings accounts, literally maybe 20 minutes before I recorded this video, right? Or this podcast rather, right? That's the important thing. It's just you pay yourself first. Make sure you always have a minimum in any of your accounts. You really need a minimum 3 months rent or mortgage, minimum. And I'm saying minimum. It might be tough to start out. If you can get at least a month, you start with that, but you gradually build up to you have at least 3 months. That way, if there's a serious dip and you might have to get a part-time job or something to handle it or restructure some stuff with your business to keep making money or figure out some new business strategies. You still at least living someplace. So in managing your money, your first thing is making your rent / mortgage or whatever, housing pay, whatever, that little stipend you get a nana, whatever. You think in those terms first, right? Every month, okay, I'm getting this on October 2nd, but I'm recording this in the morning of October 1st. So, I'm paying my little rent payment, right? And actually with that, as an aside, since I'll probably be moving to a more upscale place at the end of my lease, right? Now I'm starting to think in terms of paying that. So it's like I'm increasing it. It's like almost double what I'm paying, but I like space, right? But you got to first think in terms, okay, let me get that payment. That's the first thing. So, today, October 1st, I'm looking at all the money coming in. That'll be coming in for November, right? And I'm like, okay, that's how I start counting. Okay, how much am I making this day? How much am I making? As soon as I make that magic number, then I look at the other stuff. So you think rent. You got to have a place over your head. Then utilities. Like part of my utilities is not just the, electric, right? Not just the electric, but, my cable. Because that's how I make my money. That's how I make my money, especially through the internet, right? Now, I know somebody could say, well, what about your phone or something like that? You can do stuff. Yeah. But Ron prefers a computer, and even then, that's still something you have to pay. I would count my cell phone payment as part of it, right? And then it's just any other bills you might have, like credit cards or something. As an aside, I would highly recommend that you get your credit card usage, if you have credit cards, under 30%. Or at best, just pay them off, and especially if you're entrepreneurial, have it for emergency. In fact, I'm going to do my next one on the use of credit cards. That's a good important thing. And then after all of that, food, gas, all of that, then maybe discretionary. But keep the priorities together. See, that's the thing. See, I'm going to tell you what, a lot of people, they can get in trouble because they're not disciplined with their money habits. Like a lot of people could actually have large savings accounts. They could have better stuff, but they spend. They have a poverty mentality. So as soon as they get their money, it goes right back out, right? You need to be really, and I've talked about this before, and this could be another video, something I need to stay on. You want to have enough money so you can put the money into income producing assets. And contrary to popular belief, most businesses don't start off with like some major loan from a bank. If you're a business just starting out, usually you hit the bank up when you've been in business a while, you show you can make money and you need to expand. That's when you hit the bank up. Most businesses start off from your savings account. So, you need to put money away for that. But it's important that you have it to put away. I mean, and in managing money, you're going to have to make some sacrifices at first. That's the key. You know what? Like if you dating, like if you're a guy, you might not be able to trick off on all those women at the strip club. Because that money you giving there just so they can pretend to be interested in you could be going into your savings account or going into your business for whatever supplies or anything you need. Because that's it. And that's another thing too. When you have your money, you need to be reinvesting some of that into your business. Because you gotta have supplies, or if you're providing services, depending on the service, you might need to keep up on stuff, pay something anyway. Like with me, my biggest expenditures is always upgrading my microphone. Now, I've gone a long time without somebody saying they were having trouble hearing me because I finally got a good mic, right? But that's something. Or, I invested in a very good video camera a couple months ago. Those are investments for me. So you got to have money for that. So it's very important. It's very important you account for your pennies. It's very important because you have to, this is what you have to do. Because understand something. The entrepreneurial path is not easy. Most businesses fail. And even though, official statistics will record that, somebody's opened a business, it don't mean that business is successful. I mean, you got a lot of people, they maybe have a business on the side, they losing money, right? They actually losing money with the business, right? And it might just be a vanity project. There's some people who do business, and I've seen them, they got money coming from other places, and it's just a vanity project. Whatever the case, though, however you're doing it, you have to manage how you spend your money. That's the very important thing. So anyway, right? That's it for now. So in order to manage that money? Let's go make that money.